Hello. This is the third part of Trafalgar. Now we left off with musket shots and how this is going to be very nasty to people want to. Now they were brought down, I think it was at the bottom deck or maybe the middle deck, to the surgery area, which is very nasty. Yes, this was a first come first served basis. It doesn't matter what you had, whether your leg had been blown off or if you had a big stick stuck to your leg. It didn't matter. You had to be there first. And there was some accounts that men bled to death while they were waiting. Which is, you think, why? Well, there was only one surgeon, and obviously one surgeon can only do one person at a time. He's not Superman, is he? And I think the worst thing would be that there was no anaesthetics. There was no way to numb the pain, so you were in a great big lot of pain. It was performed in front of the crew, and so people who were in the middle of the fight were going, oh god, it's creeping the shit out of them. It must have been. And then obviously there were no painkillers by design or anything. It wasn't for a stupendous reason. It was because, well, they were men. They had to take it like a man, didn't they? They had to have some balls. They had to take the pain, you fucking pussy. It's very nice. I think one of the things I was watching, they were talking about how they did two separate wounds. One was a bullet wound, which is a musket ball wound, and one was a gigantic. It was not a splinter, but it was an amputation. They had to cut the leg off, that kind of thing. So the first thing for a bullet wound was for them to check if it was, heavily bleeding or basically if it was screwed. And if it wasn't that too bad, then what they did was they stick their finger in, the surgeon would stick his finger into the wound to try and feel where the ball was, which, they didn't really know what bacterial carrying, they didn't think, oh, this stick my finger in here, you're going to get AIDS or whatever, they didn't know anything about that because it was stupid. They weren't very medically advanced. Really, medical advances didn't come until, well, I'd say around the 20th century. And obviously, if they could find out where it was, if they couldn't get it out with their finger, if it was too deep for their finger to get, then what they do is they get these like tweezers, gigantic forceps tweezers, that's what they were called, and then get that in there. That would literally be fucking excruciating. I couldn't have involved it. I'd be like, it's worse than what they used to do for body snatchers, but that I'll do in another video as well. The worst thing they did with bladder stones. I'll talk about that in another one either, as well, in the video. And obviously they'll just get the thing in there, twist it out of their car, and they pulled it out very slowly, hoping to not hit any nerves or arteries on the way, which I think is, oh, it's just stupid. And then obviously took it out. And after that, then dress it up, clean the wound, dress it up, and there you go. He'd screwed. Now for certain amputations, they had to make sure that the patient was put up in an upright position, obviously, so it's like that, or whatever. I think it's at least something like that, with the leg at least 30. Obviously, that was to stop. I think it was the classic thing of stopping the blood from. I don't know much about it. All I know is that you're supposed to stop the blood from flowing all the way up the body or something. Well, that's just the head. That's probably just for upper body stuff. That's probably that. Anyway. What they do after that is if it was bleeding, they'd probably try and stop some of the bleeding with this, I can't remember what they called it. It was like a cutting, it was like a pin, gigantic vice that they'd wrap round, it's like a, I suppose it is a vice, it's like a thing that they'd tighten around the leg to constrict the blood vessels and stop them from pumping. To basically make the leg kind of go numb, I suppose, and to stop the blood from coming out from the leg. And then what they'd do is they'd cut around the skin and the fat, but they'd do it. I think the style. I can't exactly do it. So I don't know about because I'm not another person. But they'd start from right under there, and they'd cut around like that, and that'd probably be the worst part, the most painful. That and when they had to put the arteries, like tie them up, and that'd be probably the worst pain ever. And then. And obviously after that, obviously they left this big flap of skin so they could fold it over. But with the amputations now, they have this, they fold the skin over. To, tie it up, to obviously make it a little dressing right. Well, they obviously did dress it another way, but and then they cut through the muscle, which is probably not. I don't know. He didn't say anything about it being as painful, but it probably wouldn't have been. And after that, they'd obviously push it out of the side. There would be the bone, and then they'd wrap this shroud or something around the muscle and the bone. Obviously, where say like I can't really explain it. This part of your leg was showing. They'd do it a little bit over it, so obviously this not that much leg left. It's to stop it from. It stopped the bone and the sore from snagging on veins and arteries and skin and pulling it down obviously when you cut it off. And then they proceeded to saw through the bone, which probably wasn't as bad. But this sort of big bone saw. Then they would clean it with the. They wouldn't use any disinfectants or anything. Just get a sponge and go right, you're clean. And they'd fold the skin over, tie it round, and then they'd obviously put a dressing over that. And the problem with it then was the problem with those kind of wounds was there was a very 30-40% chance of getting it infected, which isn't very nice. Anyway, let's get back to the battle, shall we? At one point during the battle, Lord Admiral Horatio Nelson was sniped by one of the, I think it's a French sniper from one of the things, and the shot had literally straight through, ripped through his spinal column, literally paralysed him, I suppose. Well, one surprised. He already had one eye and one arm. What's another spinal column for me? It took him about 3 hours to die. You can understand, considering that it probably didn't rip entirely through, but it would have. It did go straight through it, but it probably didn't rip it completely. But it obviously. And obviously when he died, they were like, oh shit, right, keep it a secret, don't tell anyone. So if they don't want morale to fuck it up, do they? And obviously out of that, there was one sunken ship, 17 boarded. This is what the English did, of course. So one, I think it was a Spanish ship, and then they boarded 17 others and captured, stole, whatever. Great success, really. Well, not entirely a success, because, they lost Horatio Nelson is probably one of the greatest admirals of his time. But they'd beaten them. They'd shown that discipline and hard work and all that bollocks is what makes the Navy invincible. Strange enough, they were invincible, then why did so many die? That's the thing. But they'd beaten Boney, and Boney was they have beaten me. Well, come back another day then. I'll go for the Caucasus or something, or whatever the hell he was doing. I don't know much about the Bonian guns apart from this video. I'll go for Italy, the Roman. That was what they did. Kicked the crap out of the Frenchies and Spaniards and sent them skidding off back to Froggy Land or whatever. So that's about Trafalgar. Not very interesting, I must admit. Mind you, I don't really give a shit. But if you do want to get a better idea of the Battle of Trafalgar, then go to Portsmouth Harbour, the historic dockyards. There's quite a few. There's the Victory. There's a thing that goes on about the Battle of Trafalgar. It takes you a little bit through it at the beginning and the bits and bobs. I can't remember what it was actually called, what the actual exhibit's called, but it goes through the Battle of Trafalgar along this. So just go there, go and look at that. Look at everything really, because I think it's pretty interesting. So yeah, check out Portsmouth. Thank you.